Hello everyone, it's me Jacob, and this video is going to be out of sync with my regular channel, so if you're one of my regular viewers, my regular videos are a little behind real life, but you'll be catching up soon. I'm working hard at that. But I wanted to take this chance to do a little Tesla review because full self-driving version 11.3 just rolled out and was downloaded here to my car recently, and there's so much I'd say misinformation and bad press that kind of revolves around Tesla and full self-driving. And I've been a Tesla owner for years. It's my second car, and I've got thousands of miles beta testing full self-driving, so I'm able to answer the critics and questions and all that. So I figured today I can give you a full kind of breakdown of the state of full self-driving real world for someone who's out driving every day and all different types of roads all over the country. I've driven this thing, so let's do that and get right into it.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So a couple things. Keep in mind, full self-driving beta is still a test. I mean, this isn't they're not saying that the car can fully drive itself, but the question is, how close are they? And Elon has just tweeted that he thinks they're one iteration away from the car being truly full self-driving, and I, so far from what I've experienced, I'd say that's probably pretty accurate. But I also would say that that last iteration is going to be the toughest iteration, because at this point I feel like the car is struggling with things that I would classify as common sense. And how do you teach an AI common sense? That there's a million different circumstances that can arise, every one of them a little different, and a human just instantly makes sense of it, and an AI doesn't know what to do about it. So as we'll drive around today and we'll film it all, and then maybe you can kind of see examples of what I mean and why I think getting that final iteration is going to be difficult. But at the same time, you will see that at this point, with this version of full self-driving, this car can literally drive really quite well in just about anywhere on any road and almost any environment. So it is pretty impressive to see. Okay, so for running around today, there's a few different places I need to go, and so we're gonna let the car drive to these places. And first place I need to go is to the Home Depot, and it involves
now turn right on to St.
all different
Paul's
types
Drive.
of road conditions, and or road types I should say. You have to go on the freeway, you have to take exit ramps, there's traffic, so I think that right out of the gate, the Home Depot is going to be a good challenge. And of course I'm doing the backing out of the driveway, but as soon as we're out of the driveway, we'll let Lily take over. So full self-driving, you just shifter column down twice, and so Lily's going to take over. Of course, you have to always keep your eyes on the road and hands on the wheel, and she does watch, and your eyes and what you're doing. There's a little camera in here. I mean, you can't cheat it too easily, and so I do keep my hand on the wheel.
Turn right on to King George Boulevard.
I have to do that to keep her going, but I'll take my foot away from the pedals. Yeah, I'm not gonna intervene unless it's necessary. So we'll just see how she does, and let you guys decide for yourself. One annoying thing is how far back they have to stop at stop signs now, and that's kind of annoying. But you know, she's not doing too bad. She gets on with it. So we're starting off on kind of residential streets, you know, a 2-lane road. This 2-lane up here transitions into a divided road. So we'll see how she takes that. She chose the right lane, that's good. The other thing about an AI that's interesting is, I can tell you, she doesn't react the same way every time you drive the same road. Because obviously from here I've had her drive before, and she doesn't, like, she decides which lane to take. Sometimes she uses the blinker, sometimes she doesn't. So it is interesting that the AI chooses different choices even on the same road, and it's just different factors that come into play, and it's hard to know sometimes what they are. You know, AI brain works different than a human brain. So but while we're driving, there is one thing that the press, you know, there's some people out there that are Tesla haters that have said, you know, that how dangerous the system is, and will it hit somebody, you know, hit a baby in a stroller, or
500 feet, turn right to take the Evergreen
wreck into a truck, you know, that kind of. So, you know, I can definitely answer that question with all the time I spent with this car. But, you know, right now we're going to get onto a freeway, and I am aware of one flaw that is like kind of a common sense thing that will come up here as we get on the freeway, and I'll show you what that is. She's pretty good about this freeway ramp, and it's kind of a clover leaf kind of a thing, and she'll slow down for these corners, just, you know, a little slower maybe than I might go, because this car just handled real good, but not bad. The thing though that she won't do, that's really annoying and she needs to learn how to do, is to understand that the freeway traffic is moving, you know, pretty fast, and she's restricted to 35 miles an hour. So I'm going to up her speed here, because this is something I know I need to do. I'm going to give her 65 max or somewhere there. That way she can go as fast as she needs to do to get into traffic and not cut somebody off. Because she would wait all the way till that speed limit sign, probably, to, I don't know, she waits too long to speed up is my experience. So I preemptively up her speed getting onto a freeway. But, you know, minor thing, that one I'm sure they can fix pretty easy. So anyway, while we're cruising down this freeway, let me answer that question. Is, you know, is a Tesla dangerous? Is self-driving dangerous? And one thing I can tell you for sure is, in this iteration, this car will not hit anything. And she is bordering on way too conservative. She will not hit anything. And so, yeah, I wouldn't. That I can tell you for sure. Now, one thing she will hit though is, she may not hit a person or a truck or anything like that, but she doesn't take into account things like potholes and speed bumps very well. So, you know, that's something that is yet to be dealt with, is understanding when the road is extremely rough, understanding speed bumps. That's not something that she's got down, and she'll fly over a speed bump at whatever the speed limit is, you know. So, yeah, so in that respect, yeah, she'll hit things like that. So, you know, but another thing that I think that should be fairly easy to program, it's the common sense things that maybe we'll run into today. So far she's doing great, but maybe we'll run into common sense things today, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about there. This is another one of those speed limit things. See, it changes to 45 here, yet the traffic doesn't really slow down that quickly compared to how much she'll slow down. So I up her speed a little bit because she'll just dramatically slow down, you know, and cut traffic off. Like that guy got ticked off that we slowed down so fast, you know. Ultimately, we do need to slow down, but in this situation, I know from experience, you know, the traffic moves a little faster, and we want to go with the flow. So I gave her a little more leeway on speed right there. Now that we're down into town a little bit, I'll take her max speed down a little more. I just control her max speed with the wheel and the steering wheel. So now we're on a regular city street with stoplights and traffic and multiple lanes. So, you know, we've now done the freeway. We've done a freeway ramp. We've done a residential street. You know, so I think we're getting a good feel for the possible things you can run into. So her braking is maybe not quite as smooth as a human would do, but not disagreeable. Nobody on the road knows the car is driving, you know, so her following distance is adjustable. and I do. You can adjust it from 2 car lengths to, what is it, 5 car lengths, I think, or 6. Anyway, I generally keep it at the closer following distance. It seems to be the most realistic for me. In fact, she still keeps a longer following distance in this kind of traffic than a lot of human drivers do. So enough that people sometimes will still cut in front of you. Home Depot is on the left up here, and 1.3 miles according to the GPS. So I assume that at some point she's going to want to get in the left lane. And her skills in changing lanes and choosing when to change lanes, I don't know, that has been a real weakness of the full self-driving. And with this latest iteration, it seems like she's pretty solid on being in the right lane at the right time. So we'll see how she does today, because it is kind of busy. There's a lot of cars behind us, and so she's going to have to squeeze into that left lane at some point. That's why I said about the AI, not always making the same decision every time. I don't know, exactly what she's thinking a lot of the time, but she is trying to get over now. And she's actually been pretty good. She's found a hole and snuck in there. So, and also notice that on the screen that she does tell you what her plans are before she does it. So if you don't like what she's about to do, you can stop it. I could, if she says she's changing lanes and I touch the blinker the other way, she will cancel that command. So, so that's nice that they did that. This is a super long turn lane. And as a human driver, I might even get confused here and think that this is a turn lane to turn in sooner than it is, and it's actually for the light way up there. So I'm impressed. That's one area where she actually does better than I would do if I were driving, because I would probably have missed this and thought the turn lane started up there, and in fact it's a really long turn lane for the stoplight. So in this case, she's actually done better than I would do. So other than, so far, other than to adjust the maximum speed she's allowed to go, I haven't had to correct her at all. She's been spot on today, and honestly, that's not a surprise. She could drive all the way across town and back, and the number of times these days that I have to intervene is getting to be really minimal. I adjust for max speed, but other than that, the only thing I would say besides that is that she will follow the GPS directions regardless of whether that makes sense. That's one of those common sense things. If the GPS says to turn and there's a construction zone, signs, and it says detour or something like that, I mean, she's liable to just turn anyway and tell the road's blocked and then panic or stop, or, something like that. But where I would know that it's perfectly fine to turn at the next street, or I can see the sign says detour, turn, go this way. I can see that and I can follow that. She is not real good at deviating from the GPS instructions, and so that's something we may run into. It's other than adjusting for speed, it's really about the only thing I've had to correct since we've had version 11 full self-driving out. It's weird here that there's 2 left arrows, but there's only 1 lane that you can turn left. It's kind of weird, huh? So now we're getting into a parking lot, and her skills in parking lot driving have never been very good, but let's see how she does here. There's cars all over the place. There's a Chick-fil-A, which, you're gonna go? Go ahead, baby. See, now I'm gonna help her. She got too hesitant there, and now I'll let her go again. So all these cars are trying to line up at Chick-fil-A. It's kind of crazy, but now I've had her drive here to this Home Depot before, and she didn't hesitate at that spot. So, like I said, with the AI, what she's gonna be real tentative about is different. But I can tell you that she would eventually get through that. She would just be annoyingly hesitant to where the people might get annoyed behind you. Now, here's a good example of lack of common sense. Obviously, the Home Depot set up a garden center here, and the GPS says go this way, and so she follows it until it's blocked, and then she just stops. So, all right, so I'm taking over now. I put my foot on the brake, and that anyway, that cancels full self-driving. So, but we're at the Home Depot, so all I really got to do is park now. So that shows you a kind of a real world of where we're at. Got to back up out of the equipment parking lot here, and but anyway, tell you what, I'll resume after I get my Home Depot shopping done, and we'll keep letting her drive, and we'll see if we can't run into anything that is interesting. Okay, so finished my Home Depot shopping, and now we are heading to let's see, where are we gonna go? Harbor Freight would be good. Of course, I could just talk to the car too, but it's easy sometimes just hit HA and hit the closest Harbor Freight and just type it in too. So I'll back out of the parking space, and then we'll let her try to drive out of the parking lot. That'll be interesting, especially with that Chick-fil-A traffic. It's going to be a disaster probably. Let's see what she does with it. All right, parking lot, leaving Home Depot, going to Harbor Freight. All right, Lily, take over. See what you do with this mess. Blinker. She's gonna go right. Okay. That's probably a good decision, actually. I got a guy with a trailer coming over here, and okay, he just zoomed right across. Oh, yeah. See, a little jerky there, car. And we got a guy coming in a moving truck of some sort here. She's gonna go right in front of him and almost cut him off. Not bad. Now we're pulling out into a 3-lane busy road here. Let's see what she does with that. And it has a yield sign, so she's not stopping. That's nice. And we need to make a left pretty quick, but you better hurry, car. Not bad. Not bad.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Largo Drive.
Didn't really cut anyone off to speak of, so that's good. It was a pretty quick transition from one side of the road to the other, that's for sure. Alright, left turn.
Now turn left onto
People
Largo
doing
Drive.
U-turns, the green arrow. People waiting across the road. Pretty good. And now Harbor Freight is a right turn here. Yep, she's
Now
got that.
turn right.
Don't hit anyone, good job. And Harbor Freight's right here on the left, so I assume she's going to turn in. Yep.
Now your destination is on the right.
Not bad. So here she's actually driven all the way to the Harbor Freight fully. So yeah, not bad. And she does park. If you get in front of a parking space, she will. You can tell her to park in it, but honestly, that's maybe only really relevant if you're doing something like a parallel parking or something, I guess. Okay, so Harbor Freight didn't work out for me, so I'm going to try the Walmart and see if I can't find what I need at the Walmart. So we've got a couple more drives we're going to do. We're just going to keep, I'll just keep taking her new places and let her drive, and then you guys will get a real world, you know. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If she screws up, she screws up. If she makes it, she makes it. This guy's going in the wrong way. I was about to have her start driving. It's not wide enough for 2 cars, buddy. All right, oh, I gotta tell her we're going Walmart. Walmart Supercenter, that'll work. All right, Lily, she's going to Walmart, and this is a steep up ramp here. We're still in a parking lot. Cars always zoom right by here, so let's see what she does with it. And I think she should go right here. And it looks like she's trying to go left. That's weird. You just realized it, or what? Well, let's see what she does with it, because pretty sure the GPS says go the other way. Weird, huh? So she's going counter to the GPS
In
instructions.
500 feet, turn right onto Largo Drive.
Remember I said about speed bumps. Let's see how she does
In
here.
500 feet, turn right onto Abercorn Street.
If I was wrong about speed bumps, she just took that speed bump fine. Now she's putting her blinker. She's going to go this way, huh? Okay. She's really taking her sweet time about it. It is parking lot driving, so, you know, typically, in my experience, full self-driving data has been terrible in parking lots.
Abercorn Street.
And this is a Mongasso dip right here for a car this low. She's taking it really carefully. That's impressive. Nice job, Lily. And now you're going to try to turn out on this busy street. Now, if I was driving, I would have just turned onto the side street over there, but we'll see what she does with it, I guess. This is the whole point of this thing, is to see what she does. This is one of those situations where another driver might be like polite and wave you in, and I don't think, you know, she's smart enough to see someone waving you in, so we'll see. Like, I would go right now for sure. You gonna do it? Alright, I'm gonna help her a little bit. Just give her a little gas. Just tell her it's okay to go, I guess. I think she was gonna go anyway, but the opportunities to pull in here are limited and I don't want to waste it, so.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Largo Drive.
Even a human has a, you know, challenge pulling out in this dense traffic on this street, so.
Now turn right onto Largo Drive.
I don't say she did too bad there, but she needed to make a commitment and go for a opening, that's for sure. Alright, I didn't know this was the way to Walmart, but apparently it's going to get the job done. So we got a school zone, but it's not currently active, so one thing I can tell you, in the past, she has never known to slow down for school zones. So there's another thing that could be worked on for sure. So we're going to Walmart via neighborhood. That's interesting. I'd say Elon is, when he says one more iteration I think is going to clear up these jerky kind of hesitant situations, because she's right on the brink of being flawless on most of these situations, and just a little too hesitant at times. So that I can absolutely see they probably have that sorted out pretty quickly. The common sense things, we haven't really run into too many of those, but trust me, they do exist. They're just situations that you don't predict, that are unexpected, that and those are the ones, I don't know, to get to a full self-driving, how you're going to solve that. There's one-of-a-kind things that happen on the roadway, you know, in that part. I don't know how long that's going to take to perfect, but as far as just being able to smoothly drive in all situations, yeah, she's, as you can see, I mean, she's just she's handling all this just with a little bit jerkiness, a little hesitancy, and see here she's getting real nervous about this guy, and he's not doing. I mean, obviously he's going to wait for us. She didn't need to like be so hesitant there, but.
Feet, go right onto Apache Avenue. Now bear right onto Apache Avenue. In 500 feet, turn left onto Fulton Road. Now turn left onto Fulton Road.
So we've got a flashing yellow with oncoming traffic. It's a good situation for her to try to negotiate. I would go right here. It's If she doesn't go in the next time, I'm going to go for her. Alright, that works.
In 500 feet, turn right. Now turn right.
I'm coming to Walmart. Kind of the backside, but this is the same way I typically go. See what she does about it. Gonna hit a parking container here. Yeah, your last car. Seriously? See, the person behind us just drove through over there. Like common sense driver would have known just to drive over here. Like, she didn't know where she was going there for a second. But honestly, like I said, she's never been super good in parking lots anyway. Looks like she'll pull right up in front of the Walmart if you let her, so that's nice. If this was like a ride-sharing, you know, Uber or something, and she was just picking someone up, then
Now your destination is on the right.
then you know that worked pretty good because she's pulling right up to the front door. So I'm gonna actually park though. So other than being an idiot at the back of the Walmart, not too bad. A little hesitant in a few situations. Okay, so last segment, which is I don't have anything else to do, so we're going to be letting her drive back home and see how she does with that. All right, here you go. Lily takes over, and I'm sending her out the wrong way. The arrow's pointing toward us, but oh, that's stopping in the road there, car. Nobody's coming though, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Well, she's definitely doing better in parking lots than she used to. I always used to think she was too crazy and like too fast in parking lots, and now she's legit almost too careful in parking lots, so I definitely prefer the too careful to zooming through and acting a fool. So this is gonna piss someone off. This is not a stop sign, really. I mean, it is a stop sign, but she stopped so far back, you know. Luckily no one's behind us. And that's something the federal government did recently, which is to force Tesla to make the cars come to a complete stop way the hell back, you know, where it's like stupid.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Rio.
And now we do have cars behind us that are impatient, so if she hesitates too much, I'm going to just help her along. I don't want to piss people off necessarily.
Now turn right onto Rio Road.
Yeah, this complete stop thing ticks off other drivers. You gonna go, car? Alright, come on, hurry up. Everyone behind us is pissed off. Real human drivers don't like to sit around at stop signs so long.
Now turn left onto Abercorn Street.
That's one of those regressions that Tesla had to go through, where they were letting the cars kind of roll through the stop, and now they have to do this stupid complete stop and creep forward cautiously thing. Alright, lots of people want to go this way and get through this light, car. Good job. Here's where I'm going to up her speed again, because this ends up being 55 and everyone hauls butt here and we don't need to be holding up traffic, so we're going to give her extra speed just to get going. Alright, back on the freeway. We have a full-on cloverleaf ramp that we gotta negotiate, so yep. See, now she just hit the speed limit 55 and was slowing down to her prescribed speed over the speed limit. She's I give her, I think, 5 or 6% over the speed limit is what she said at. That she's allowed to do, and it's the way that people drive around here. I mean, if you're going to even keep up with traffic, you got to go more than that. So we do exit up here in 1.2 miles, and we're currently in the left lane.
In 1 mile, take the King George Boulevard ramp on the right.
Kind of wondering if she was going to change lanes for this exit up here. So we're going 68 miles an hour into a 35 advisory corner.
Now take the King George Boulevard ramp on the right.
Let's see how quickly she adjusts for that condition. Pretty nicely done there. You're not going to tick anyone off for driving too slow, that's for sure. We're actually gaining on the car in front of us, so that's nice. So the speed advised 35, and she could definitely go, you know, this car could handle lots more than that, but 38's about what the average driver does around that corner, so that works out pretty good. There's a crosswalk there, there's a merge here, there's... Where are you going? Not that way. She just about went the wrong way there, then she corrected herself, that's good. Because in reality, you need to be in the left lane up here to get through. Let's see how she handles it today. So, you know, if you're a human driver, you can see now that there's a yellow advisory sign that the right lane is ending. Actually, no, it shows the left lane ending, come to think of it. But then it says right lane must turn right. But she got it, though. Question is how she can respond to this guy who might not know what he's doing. She just zoomed right by him. I guess if he was, yeah, and see, he didn't pay any attention the lane was ending and had to slam on the brakes, but actually Lily made the right choice there. She definitely got in the lane and had the right of way, so that's an improvement over previous self-driving programming.
Now
So
turn left onto St. Ives Drive.
lots of people park on the street here and all kinds of things going on. There's a
In 500 feet,
yard maintenance
your
crew right
destination
there.
will be on the left.
with someone walking around the trailer. That's good. She was nice and careful about that, same as I would do if I were driving. And here we are, so good job, Lily.
Now your destination is on the left.
Yeah, so I'm about to post the Tesla video. Just filmed this and want to get it out quickly because full self-driving 11.33 just came out, and so I think we did a pretty real-world test. Drove all over the place today and gave her every chance to fail or succeed. So please write in the comments. I'm really curious if everyone shares my assessment of where we're at on full self-driving, because one thing's for sure, if you look in the press, there's a lot of haters out there and people saying that the car can't drive at all, and I think you'll see that she's pretty dang close. I mean, that's pretty legit driving today. Even if I had not intervened at all the entire day, she would have been real annoying in a couple spots, but she would have succeeded in doing everything she needed to today. So yeah, let me know what you think.